Yadav, a distinguished leader in renewables management with over a decade of expertise in driving business growth in IT industry. Currently, she is serving as an associate vice president renewables at RAH Infotech Pvt Limited. Ms. Yadav has been instrumental in strategic renewal programs, building high impact teams, and delivering exceptional value to both clients and partners. With proven mastery in customer retention, contract negotiation, lifecycle management, she has constantly surpassed renewal and revenue targets, positioning herself as a trusted partner in driving long term business success. Ms. Yadav is highly regarded for her data driven decision making, collaborative leadership style, and her ability to seamlessly align sales, product, and technical teams toward common goals. Her outstanding contribution have earned her multiple accolades, including star performer, key contributor, and a recognition as a core member of the Dream Team Renewal Stream 2023 and 24. We are privileged to have her with us today to share her wealth of experience, strategic perspective, and actionable insight. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Ms. Anju Yadav. All over to you, ma'am. We are excited to hear from you.
Thank you so much for your kind words towards me. Thank you so much. So, good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yes. So, I will like to share my screen before I start. Please give me a minute. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, students. So, students, first of all, good afternoon. And this particular topic is like current issues in organizations 2025. We have been witnessing so many things which are happening in and around us in the world through AI. And because of COVID, post-COVID, pre-COVID, we have actually witnessed all small things in our life, which has really gave a long impact in our particular generation and the people who are going to come. So once again, good afternoon, everyone. And today, we dive into a topic that is not only very crucial for your academic understanding, but this also will play a very pivotal role for your future career as a business leader. Current issues in organization, as soon you will be joining some organization, or you are going to start your own startup. So this particular session will give you a glimpse that what exactly organizations are suffering with issues because of n number of reasons and how they are going to overcome it. So the business world today is like never before, face-based, highly dynamic, and it is very unpredictable as well. Now, technological innovations has happened. Now, changing workflows, expectation, geopolitical disruptions, growing demands for sustainability. These are all are reshaping the ways of the organizations. Now, imagine that you are leading a company in 2025 or 2026. Then you will be dealing with challenges like managing remote team, like spread across continents. Then you will be addressing cyber threat. Now these are very common things, because even the children are also facing this. Then we are going to balancing automations with employee well-being, which is really a very deep dive topic, and it is very important not only for the employee but in fact every human being on this earth. And responding to calls of greater diversity and ethical governance. So these are not distant theoretical issues.
Ma'am,
Yes, madam.
ma'am, sorry to interrupt, but can you please put your PPT on PPT mode
Uh,
because we are not able to see your screen full screen.
Ma'am, actually, I have done it from my side. It is in
Okay.
PPT screen only.
Maybe we are not able to see it over here, this side.
Okay, I'll just retry once again. I just give me.
Yes, ma'am.
Now is it? Because from my end it is showing full screen.
No, ma'am.
No.
No.
Anyways, the content in the slides are very less. It will be more like discussion.
Okay.
So slide will not, and I will share the slide as well. So slide will not be an issue.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you.
Students, I want you to listen carefully the issues. I'm sure that as soon as you enter into this particular corporate world, you'll be listening. And if you have your internship, you might be facing or you might have heard these topics. So these topics are not very something unique, but here we are going to address what exactly companies are facing and how they are trying to overcome it. So please pay attention to it rather than don't go into slides. I will share the slide. I have just given bullet point into it. So I'm going to explain little bit more what I am showing in the slide. So basically, our session today will explore different kind of challenges in detail, where from remote work complexities to ESG like environmental, social, and governance pressures, and then we'll also discuss that how organizations are adapting, how they are innovating, and sometimes companies also struggle to keep it up all these issues what we are going to discuss now. So by understanding these issues you will be able to better equip to think strategically, you can take better decisions, you can lead effectively and in an ever changing environment, because maybe the time right now as you are just listening, then the maybe after 6 months you will see there will be a huge change. So let's get started by looking at the major issues, the shift towards remote and hybrid work and why it is continued to challenging organization worldwide. Now, organization, if we'll talk about today, they are navigating a complex and rapidly changing environment. Again, which I told that because of a lot of technology, because of a lot of shifting in workforce expectations, as you clearly now we have witnessed the war between India and Pakistan. So this geopolitical disruption, all these things are basically going to impact us directly or indirectly, and because of thing what is happening in and around us, it is going to give a lot of issues in the organizations to cope up with this, and I'm going to explain each and every point by giving real world example. So the first issue what we generally face over here is that is remote and hybrid work challenge. And I'm sure that you are basically know. So this particular started with the pandemic. So what happened in the pandemic? The pandemic accelerated the shift towards remote and the hybrid work model. Now, if we talk about the work model, we know that many people are very much comfortable with the hybrid, and many people still want to go to the onset and work. So, however, sustaining productivity, engagement, culture, these are the major challenging tasks for the organization to see what kind of how my employees are engaged in the organization to the organization work. So, the rapid shift towards remote and a hybrid work model, basically they're accelerated by the global pandemic, and it has fundamentally transformed and how companies are going to operate. Now, while these flexible work arrangement, there are many benefits, because many people believe that this gives improved work-life balance. But again, this particular topic, if this particular line is a debatable, because it's a vice versa. Some believe that it disrupt in work-life balance, but some people believe that it's improved work-life balance. Then apart from this, it access the broader talent pool, and they also present significant challenges. Now, companies or the organization, they struggle to maintain employee productivity. As I said, engagement is a key issue. If the company is paying you, they make sure that you are engaged in the organization. You are engaged in the work what the company is expecting you to do. And because of this engagement, many companies have seen various darker side of this, the hybrid work culture. Moonlighting is a bigger one what the companies are facing. And when Infosys is the first one where they fired hundreds of people because of this lack of engagement and because of the moonlighting, because of work life balance, people take it as an other side, and they are doing this kind of practices at the other end. Apart from this, communication gap, feeling isolation, difficulty in collaboration often arise, impacting team dynamic, innovation. No matter what we say, right? Now we are connected with the technology, but we feel more comfortable when we have a word to face-to-face interaction, because we can easily understand whether the person is listening, whether the person is really into the discussion or not. So there are many pros and cons of it. So additionally, managers, what happened, they face the complex task to of overseeing performance and foster motivation without direct supervision. So the tension between the employee desire for flexibility and organizational need for in-person interaction, this frequently leads to conflict in the company. And this we have seen cases like Google 2024, where they mandate for a 3-day office return. So which met resistance for employees. Now, as one example which I give, that Google, what they did, they mandate कि भाई लोगों को 3 दिन company में आके काम करना है. Now, same with for the Zoom video communication. Now, what happened? Ironically, Zoom required employees to work from office 2 days a week. So what happened? It causing public debate on remote work policies and employee morale. So here, when we are seeing that remote and hybrid work challenges, now example I've given Google and Zoom video. So Google ने क्या किया? They asked people to come 3 days in a week, and now every company is expecting their employees, and slowly they are actually diminishing that work from home policy, or maybe it is very rare. Second issue, what the organization is facing is talent retention and skill gap. Now we have been hearing this, that it is not your degree will not be sufficient to get you a good job, but your skill has to be improved, and upskilling, reskilling. And as per NEP, and the NEP has launched, they're more focused on into skill education. Now, organization, what happened? They are facing increasingly difficulty in retaining top talent, and then to address the winding gap between available skill and the job requirements. So talent retention and addressing the skill gap, this remain a critical challenge in the organization today also. So as industry undergo digital transformation, what is happening? The demand of new specialization skill often outweigh the supply, and the qualified professionals are needed more and more. I'm sure you must have heard only marks will not take you further, but you need to have skill in the organization that will actually going to take you to the higher places. So this mismatch leads to difficulties in hiring and then retaining top talent, and then especially among the younger and highly skilled employees who seek continuous learning and career growth opportunities. Now, when I'm talking about younger, especially the Gen Z, these people are finding it very difficult to sustain in the organization for the longer period of time. There was a news in the CNN where the companies don't want Gen Z in their organization. It's not because that the Gen Z is not talented, not knowledgeable, but they are, not focused. They are difficult to retain in the company, because they just want to hop one organization to the other organization, because the expectation of Gen Z and the expectation of company, it's not matching in today's world. So that is why company don't want Gen Z to work in the organization. That is also is been in the news for many days. So example I would like to give here is, as we all know, company like Accenture. Now, despite investing heavily on digital, Accenture is a company who is really investing heavily on upskilling program for their employees, and they are revealing that but just by giving training is not going to help the organization or the people. We have to we have to upskill the program as per the needs and requirement of the organization. Now, as upskilling is needed, and we see that the attrition rates are also very higher. So higher attrition rate, such as those experienced by Infosys, what they are doing among junior engineer, highlighting the importance of creating engagement work environment. So organization must therefore adopt proactive approach by using, we all have heard data analytics to identify skill gaps, early, so that it will really help to foster a culture in the lifelong learning. Second, I would say that, as I said, Accenture and Infosys, these two companies are really spending a lot, but at the same time, the attrition level is also very high in the organization. So you must remember, Accenture is more focused on upskilling program, but still they are, a misalignment between the talent is still there. In the same way, Infosys, what they are having, they are still struggling. Infosys is a very well-known organization, but they are still struggling with a higher attrition rate among junior engineers. And also they are struggling with the employee engagement. Though also they are struggling with the career progression strategies. So do we think that such a big organization, such a big CEO of the company, are they not doing any sort of, to work to build, bridge the gap between it? They are, but still they are finding it very, very difficult. So if you see in the slide, I have just written bullet point examples. I'm leaving blank because examples I want to give one by one as per the point. Now, third, very common nowadays, cybersecurity. I hope you all have seen cybersecurity and data privacy threat. Everywhere it is happening. We don't know what kind of data we are giving, what kind of digital footprint we are giving to the third party. And many people around us have also fallen into a prey for this. So with the rise in digital operation, cyber threats have become very frequent or more frequent and sophisticated, which impacting organizational integrity and customer trust. We thought that when the computer will come into our life, things will be more easy and sorted. But there is always a coin has always two sides, and this is what the other side of the technology. So in today's increasingly digital business environment, cybersecurity, data privacy threats, they have emerged as a very critical challenges for the organization wide. So as companies expand their digital operations, they become prime target for sophisticated cyber attacks such as ransomware, data breaches, infrastructure hacking. These attacks not only disrupt business continuity, but they are also exposing sensitive customer and organization data. If we look around into our neighboring area also, we might come across many people who have been a victim of cyber attack. Not only, they're personal, but also they have lost so many. Every day, every second or third day, we say that the XYZ people, person has lost so many lakhs of rupees because of this particular kind of thing. So it is happening everywhere. Now, similarly, Tata Power experienced the cyber attack on its IT infrastructure. They highlighted vulnerability within the critical sector that could have far-reaching consequences. So here, what happening? There are examples if I want to give is MGM Resort. They also suffered a major ransom attack in 2023 that disrupted operation and also exposed their sensitive data, which cost company $100 million. Similarly, with Tata Power 2022, they also have got cyber attacks. Such big organization have such high security, but still they got cyber attack targeted by the a number of people. And see, whenever this is very application based topic, it is not only the topic examples I'm giving is applicable. You can add a number of example to each and every point. Now, fourth is diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we generally called as DEI. Now, DEI has moved beyond compliance to become a strategic priority. Now, however, organizations often face backlash and challenges to basically execute this initiative. Why? Because DEY, diversity, equity, inclusions, as moving beyond more compliance, because we are basically companies want more employee engagement, and these reflect the diverse market they serve. So, effective DEI initiative, what they want to do, they want to aim to create a workplace where individuals from all backgrounds they will feel valued, respected, and have an equal opportunity and growth. Right? As an Indian citizen, this particular thing is in our culture that we have to give respect to each and every individual, right? Because we will not make the person feel from where the person has come from. So we have to feel valued and we have to give value to the other people and the other, we have to give respect and take respect. So, however, implementing DEI program, it can be a challenging. Why challenging? Because of the unconscious bias. Sometimes people do biasness unconsciously. They didn't mean it, but it happened. Then differing stakeholders' expectations. Now, here, for example, if I talk about Salesforce, now Salesforce has made significant strides by getting ambitious DEI goals. but has faced scrutiny over its progress and the effectiveness on its metric. We talk about Tesla. Tesla, multiple lawsuits alleging racial discrimination reveals how persistent challenges can undermine inclusion is fair. So there are many other examples of various organizations where many organizations has failed to DEI. If you are listening news properly, you will be listening not only in the organization, but if you see in our neighboring, in between Maharashtra, in between Pune, now diversity, equity, educated people are taking this into a wronger, uh, wrong direction, and this is again going to impact in the group circle, in the society, and that is also happening in the organization as well. Then a fifth is about environmental, social, and governance. In the last point, I have said that about there is environmental, social, governance pressure. Now here, investors, regulators, consumers, they are pushing companies towards greater accountability of environmental, social, and governance pressures or the practices. But as we all know, implementation gaps remains significant. Now, these environmental, social, and governance pressures, they are rapidly reshaping our corporate priorities as investors, regulators, customers, and employees demand greater accountability and sustainable business practices like G20 goals, sustainable goals. We have been hearing, but many of us are part of this. But again, giving so much information to each and every citizen, still there is an insignificant gap for the implementation. So organizations are expected not only to deliver financial performance, but they are also to demonstrate responsibility in areas such as environmental impact, social equity, ethical governance. Then again, however, many companies face significant challenges to implement this effectively. For example, similarly, Nestle, a company, has faced criticism for allergy, greenwashing, and unsustainability supply chain practices, which expose gap between public commitment and actual impact. Now, if we'll talk about to address these pressures, now companies must integrate that ESG practices into their core businesses. Though many organizations, as I said, they have implemented, many startups have come into, they are into, they are trying to fill this gap. But what kind of goal we have and how we are implementing things, still there is an issue and gap with the company is really facing a lot of issues in this. Because, if you see in a west side or many, so they give a carry bag in which they are clearly mentioned, we do not have planet B, right? So they are also doing their part to tell customer about to carry your bag. And again, if you'll see how many of us are carrying a bag or carrying our things when we go out and buy something, or how many of us are buying, green products. Though we all are educated, though we all are, we know about the things what is happening, global warming is happening so fast, so much pollution is there, still people are using, and that is why organizations, our society is still, there is a huge gap. Though it has improved a lot, but still to achieve that goal and target, we have to come together, not only as the organization, as the government, individual has to come together so that we can build trust in the society, in the organization, in the society, and positively to the our planet as well. Next is next point. Just a sec. Yeah, AI and automation disruption. Now, I hope everybody is aware about AI, artificial intelligence, and everybody is using also. Very frequent is Gemini, Chat GPT, or all these are the basic AI tools. So the integration of AI into organizational process has created both opportunities and ethical dilemmas, particularly about job displacement decision making. Now, the rapid advancement and integration of this AI and automation technology, they are transforming organizational process across industries, which is again, as I said, it's helping the organization, but again, like I said as coin has two sides, it is also having a significant disruption impact. Now, AI is enhancing efficiency, accuracy, decision making, more correct, but it also raises concern about workforce displacement and the ethical consideration. Now, organizations are facing the challenge to keep balance between technology adoption with the human impact. When AI has entered into the market during COVID or post COVID, there was people were talking about the AI will replace human. But as we are using AI, we know that AI will not replace human, but AI definitely going to eat up many job of the human, and it will only the skilled people who is going to handle AI. So that is why organizations are also more into skilled people. So, rather than having a degree holder or rather than having, a person having a lot of certificates. That is why companies are facing the challenge to balance this technological adoption and the human. Now, example if I give is like Amazon. Amazon क्या कर रहा है? It's continuing to expand automation in warehouses, drawing criticism over working conditions and employment stability. Another is IBM. IBM they paused hiring for roles that could be replaced by AI. Many companies have already started doing this, and that is why we have seen the XYZ organizations that lay off 200 employees, 2000 employees, because AI is doing their job and they are not upskilling their skills. So if you will not grow or if you will not enhance your skill, of course, AI will take place where we are in the organization. So that raises concern about workforce displacement and reskilling strategies. So this is really going to affect uh, the future generation, Gen Z, if they fail to upgrade or reskill their strategies. It is really going to impact the workforce over there. Now, okay, this topic, as I said, mental health and employee well-being. This topic is very, debatable, or as I said, this is like an ocean. Nobody can understand and nobody can complete this topic in 1 hour or 24 hours. This particular topic has been emerged during COVID with people's, they were isolated and they did not have that social interaction. That was not there, and then it started affecting our mental health and well-being. And from there, it picked up. So now, when we see it is not only the people, those who are working in the organization, but a school-going child is also suffering because of this mental health, because of peer pressure, and number of reasons. Even the small kid is facing this kind of issue. So the recognition of mental health as a workplace issue basically has led to integration of wellness program, and the companies are doing tremendous wellness program. But again, we have to do the reality check. How many employees are getting benefit of this wellness program? And there are so many questions also arises. Is it going to serve the purpose of the organization? Will it help the people to have a good mental well-being in the company? Even if the people are taking part into it, how much percentage they are more productive? How much percentage the happy quotient is increasing? So these are more questions which can arise when we're talking about mental health and employee well-being. And many organizations, though they have started this wellness program, but still there is a huge gap. So the increased recognition of mental health, as I said, is stress, burnout, mental health challenge, they have significantly impact the productivity engagement, the retention. And because of this, many organizations are integrating wellness program, as I said, like virtual therapy they have started counseling therapy, they have wellness days, they have mentoring sessions, then mental health, so many things they are doing it. For example, Microsoft, they have launched comprehensive mental health support, which including virtual therapies and days off, receiving positive feedback from employee. Many organizations we have seen so many short videos that if the person is working for 8 to 12 hours, they will get a time to have a short nap, because they believe that if the employee is taking short nap during their working hours, and after a short nap when they go back to their work, there is an enhance in the productivity and the mental well-being. Still, India India has not implemented it, but India is taking care of the other aspects which will help the employee into this. So India has understood the importance of mental health thing, and they are doing very well to make sure that the mental health and the employee well-being on the positive side, but still companies are struggling to keep on it. And we have seen so many issues because of that. The company, they have employees have gone into depression, or they have taken some wrong step because of this. So at the end, I will just try to say that the organization landscape is being reshaped by convergence of socio-economical, technological, cultural forces. Addressing these current issues required strategic foresight, stakeholders collaboration. So organizations can also adapt these kind of challenges, while they have to be stay true to their core value also, so that they can thrive in the future. So I have just discussed I have just given few what the company, because when I am working in the organization, and like we are dealing with n number of organization, these are the major thing and very common thing which majority of the organizations are, facing it. Even in my organization, if I talk, we are taking n number of steps to make sure that the employee mental health and well-being, to be on the positive side. We'll make sure that we'll see the talent and we'll try to retain it. Still, we are still struggling to to completely overcome of these kind of issues. Now, there are other further also, how to overcome these challenges. So, students, I just want to know, do you have any doubt in this seven issue what we have discussed? Why I've only mentioned seven? Because these are the major issue which each and every organization is facing. So far, do you have any confusion in this? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I just want to know the students have any difficulty in these issues so that I can go ahead with that.
Ma'am, once you will finish your session, now we will have an
Okay,
Q&A session with the students.
okay, Chip. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now so far I have discussed about the major issue what the companies or organizations are facing. Now I'm going to discuss that how we can overcome challenges, with the help of strategies and solutions. First one is to manage remote and hybrid workforce. As I said, this is a challenge. So what the companies can do, they can bring a flexible policies, like they can develop a hybrid model, balancing in off collaboration. Then the technology investment, they can deploy tools for the seamless communication. Then the culture building, this is very, very important, cultural building, where what the company can do is they can post a virtual team building and the regular check-in to maintain the engagement of the employee. The employee should not feel that, they are out of the sight. That is why they are very much, although they must, the culture building, the companies are putting more focus into it. Then under this remote, they are also doing leadership training. Now, leadership training is basically they are equipping leaders so that they can manage, distributed teams empathetically. So empathy word has also come up during this, after post COVID a lot, that we have to show empathy toward any or toward each and every people, because we don't know what kind of situation the person might be going through, and that might affect the person productivity. Second point about this talent retention and skill gap. These point basically I have just taken from the issues and what companies are doing it to overcome this challenge. So what the companies are doing, they are giving under to maintain talent retention and skill gap. They are giving continuous learning. That means here they are implementing ongoing upskilling and reskilling programs, which are going to align with the future needs of the organizations, and the which will also benefit employee also. Under this, they are also talking about the career pathway, where they are creating career growth and promotion paths to motivate employees. Because earlier, when we talk about this particular career pathway was not clear. The employee was always in dilemma whether, how things will go proceed further. What about my career growth? So nowadays, what they are doing to meant to retain the talent and to understand the skills of the employee, they are showing the career path so that the employee will also be motivated, and they are trying to diminish the attrition because of it. Then employee engagement, as I said, now basic employee engagement is a major issue, and to remove this, they are going to foster and inclusive the transparent communication and to understand employee need. Earlier, it was that you come, work, and go, but now they are trying, we are trying to understand the need of the employee. Then again, after this, under this, the strategic hiring. So we are using data analytics to forecast skill demands and the hire proactively. That is what the organizations are doing it. Third is about cyber security threats and data privacy threats. So here, what the organization are doing, they are using robust security framework. They are investing in advanced cyber security tools and protocols, so which will not harm their data. And the employee training, they are conducting regular awareness programs or phishing and cyber hygiene, not only in the organizations, but the cyber security awareness is becoming a part of each and every human being, even in institute, even in the schools. All students, graduate PG students, they are having awareness about cyber security and the threats also. Then they are also developing and test response strategies for cyber incidents. Then they are ensuring about the data protection laws and industry standard. So these are what the companies are doing it. Then if we'll talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, so here companies are, talking about leadership commitment, the secure, genuine buy-in from top management, right? Then the organizations are very clear about metrics, like they are defining what the goals are, and then they are going to track the progress very transparently. Then offer unconscious bias and culture competence workforce. They are conducting workshops so that the biasness can be reduced. So they are also providing training for this. Then called as what safe reporting. Now here, what the companies are doing is they are providing channels for employees to report discrimination without fear. Because earlier it was that if I talk about XYZ for the XYZ to the higher authority, I might not get promoted in the organization, or there be XYZ reasons, people were hesitant to complain about it. But now the companies have taken an upside down shift towards this. They are providing a channel for the employee so that they can report directly to it. Then the fifth one is environmental, social, and governance pressures. Now here also transparent reporting. The companies are using it. They are publishing clear and honest sustainability and governance report. They are not making anything. They are not paying anything, but they are publishing honest report to the government, to the higher authority. Then collaborating with investors, consumers, and communities on ESG goals. One is basically called as CSR activity. Then what they are doing is they are doing the stakeholder engagement with the consumers, with the investors, with the communities to sustain the goals of environmental social governance, because it is not going to be a one-man army. Everyone have to come together and collaboratively we have to work together. So that is why the stakeholders engagement is very important in this. Then sustainable operations also very organizations are doing it in supply chain and the product life cycle, and of course innovation. Invest in clean technologies and circular economy initiatives. So this is what the company is doing under ESG. And after that, AI and automation disruption. So here what the companies are establishing guidelines for artificial intelligence, transparency, and accountability. We are also preparing a workforce for AI-enabled roles through training. And then the companies are also redefining roles to competent AI and focusing on creativity, on on the critical thinking. This is not, in fact, the companies are working day and night to make it more easy, more transparent. So they are redefining the roles of each and every competent AI. Then they are engaging employees in the conversation, about the automation impact. So when the company is thinking about any sort of automation, what impact it is going to happen in the organization and in the society. So now they are taking employees into that conversation. Then again, mental health and employee being. Now, as I said, companies are providing accessible mental health resources and support. They are promoting work-life balance through realistic expectations. They are training managers to recognize and respond to mental health needs, and they are encouraging, anonymous feedback to monitor well-being. But recently, I had an interaction with one of my colleague who is in different country, and he was saying that when he was in India, he did not get time, for the work-life balance, because Monday to Friday he was working. Saturday, Sunday also, even though he was he was he has off, but still some or the other work. So he was on call, he was on laptop on that day. But when he shifted to another country, different country, and he was like, now I have to look for a job because work life culture here is so good that only Monday to Thursday or Friday they work. Saturday, Sunday, absolutely no work. Saturday, Sunday is totally for the family and to improve the mental well-being and the to enhance. So the company is the rules of the organizations over there are really very different. So that is where I think India is struggling to maintain work-life balance a lot, because nowadays in India both gender, mother, father, both are working, and that is basically disrupting work-life balance. So to take into that consideration, there are many wellness programs with the organizations. We are trying to make fill the gap in it, in this. So this is what, the companies are trying to overcome of this issues of this. So, if I talk about managing workforce, as I said, Google has introduced hybrid workforce and they have improved communication. So, Infosys boosted retention by launching career growth workshop, and they are also giving leadership mentoring for the junior engineer. So, like this, many companies are helping. They are trying to uh, help the organization culture to build in a positive way. Now, Nestle also launched an independent supply chain audit, which will address criticism and improve sustainability. Then, as I said, IBM also invested in AI reskilling boot camps, and they are also created AI ethics community. And Microsoft Comprehensive Wellness Program, so we all know that they are doing it, so that can they are doing it for which includes mental health days and peer support work. So when we look about, so all these what people are or the around us in the organization, we do it. But if we'll talk about, like, we know what is going on, but what is the future of organization is 2030, if we say that. Now, looking ahead of 2030, the future of the organization, will be shaped by accelerating technological innovation, evolving workforce dynamic, or deeper focus on sustainability, ethical consideration. So all these things are going to, so when you're talking about future of 2030, so there will be more hyper personalized workforce in this, what we are talking. So here is basically the advanced AI and data analytics will enable organization to tailor your work. So 2030 is not far. After 5 years, you will see this. Then we will also see the human AI collaboration, which is already has happened. So automation will handle routine and complex tasks alike, while human will focus on creativity, emotional intelligence, and strategic thinking. And that is why I said the human and machines will work together, because creativity, EI, machines cannot do it. Strategic thinking, machine cannot do it. So collaborative AI assistants will become the integral team members. Then remote and hybrid work will become standard, and they will be supported by immersive technologies like virtual, augmented reality, and showing seamless collaborations. Then the organizations will definitely going to adapt to active mental health strategies more which will be embedded in their culture, which will also offer personalized supports and fostering environment for the employment, and that employment well-being will be the top priority over it. And then diversity, equity, inclusion, as I said, will be the foundation to the organization identity, and accountable will be by the stakeholders for it. Sustainability goal is also going to be fully integrated into business model, driving innovations. All these will be, if you, in the next 5 years, you will see that all these changes. Then continuous learning ecosystem. Now, if you talk about, see, lifelong learning supported by AI-driven personalized education platform will keep the workforce future ready, because we have to think one step ahead of machine. So with the increasing digital interconnectivity, organization will going to deploy advanced AI powered cyber security defenses. So all these are going to, the future demands leader who are agile, empathetic, ethically grounded, quality, that will essential for navigating complexity and harnessing new 2030. So thank you so much. That's all for today's session. So I would just like to brief you that we discuss about the issues, and we discuss about how organizations are trying to overcome, and what would be the future of organization in 2030.
आत्ताचा पेपर जो होता तो थोडा सॉल्व करा. Thank you very much, ma'am. It was
Yeah,
a
thank you.
wonderful webinar from your side. Now the platform is open for Q&A sections. If anyone has any questions, kindly raise it.
Okay, students, before you ask any questions, I would just like you to, think about yourself. Now, today is 16th May. What changes, what skill, what upskilling you have done for the last 15 days? Have you ever learned something new which is, is going to give a better and positive impact in the coming days? Think, and then you have to, think about yourself, and then you have to rate yourself what I am doing here. Just merely getting MBA degree, BBA degree, or any degree is not going to help. And you will not be a competitor to the other person. You will be a competitor to yourself. So if you keep that thing in mind, no matter what the organizations they are facing issues, but if you are skilled, reskilled, and upskilling, you will flow with the current in the organization, and you will definitely going to excel it. Yeah. So now, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Ma'am, there are no Q&A from the students, as you have covered a very broad area right from the remote working to the hybrid working, as well as the challenges that are we face into the organization. So it was really a great webinar from your side, and we are thank you, and we look forward for the long-term collaboration with you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much, ma'am. I would just like to encourage all the students you to think about how you can apply these insights in your internships, in your projects, and ultimately your careers. So I would say just stay curious, stay adaptable, and above all, stay committed to creating organizations that are resilient and responsible. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the organizing team as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Yeah.